No, I think there's a presentation that Mahipalji is going to make. So please carry on with your presentation, Mahipalji. Thank you.
So, good afternoon to all of you. Actually, the session was scheduled before the lunch. Hope the session after lunch will not result any decline in the interest. More so, it is not a technical subject. For the last 1.5 days, you may be discussing about technical aspects of actuarial subject, but this is about opportunity, so it should make everyone wake up. What are the new opportunities available at GIFT IFSC? So we will run through the presentation. So this is divided into 3 parts. One is we have to understand first what is GIFT IFSC, what is the overall ecosystem currently it is there in GIFT IFSC, then what is the status of insurance ecosystem, and within the insurance, what is the role and responsibilities of actuaries, and what are the opportunities within insurance and beyond insurance. And especially the last one, what is the opportunity available beyond insurance is of interest. At IFSCA, we have separate ancillary services, which will also take into account the financial service of actuarial profession. So we'll just go through the presentation. So first of all, what is GIFT IFSC? For the benefit of all participants, GIFT is Gujarat International Finance Tech City. IFSC is International Financial Service Center. What is the objective of IFSC? It is to cater to India's demand for international financial services, and the main objective is to onshore the offshore international financial services. So with this objective, the first IFSC at GIFT City was set up. It started in 2007. It has taken a shape in 2015. And in 2019, IFSCA Act was passed. Thereafter, IFSCA as a unified regulatory authority has come into existence. So before that, the 4 regulators, RBI, SEBI, IRDA, and PFRDA used to grant registrations to the entities who are operating from GIFT IFSC. So these are the main objectives: onshore international financial service business from offshore centers, serve as a dominant gateway for channelizing global capital for Vikasit Bharat 2047, develop expertise in niche and specialized business such as aircraft, ship leasing, fintech, global treasury centers, commodity trading, etc. And also to provide high quality employment opportunities to the talented workforce. And especially the actuarial is also a talented workforce and where the opportunities are available. So this is just to give overview of what is GIFT City. It is divided into 2 zones. One is a special economic zone. Second is DTA, and it is the first smart city. It has a land of 886 acres, and there are 20 number of operational buildings, which is expanding. And there is a social infrastructure also, hotels, clubs, hospitals, schools, which are upcoming. And the idea is to have walk-to-work concept so that the residential apartments are also coming up in the SEZ. This is to give overview of what is distinct, what is unique for IFSC. So there is a dedicated unified regulatory authority to grant registration to operate at GIFT IFSC. Secondly, there are no capital controls, like dividend can be repatriated without any restrictions. And entities can do business in foreign currencies other than Indian rupee. The regulations are globally benchmarked to align with global standards. And there is attractive tax regime, which gives concessions, which we will cover in the next slide. And there is sovereign support, like IFSC is also governed by the Parent Act, like RBI, SEBI, Insurance Act, etc. But there are carve-outs given. For example, in the Insurance Act 64 VB, there is a carve-out given to the IFSC entities. And what is the competitive advantage? There is access to large hinterland economy. beneficial cost of operations, availability of skilled talent. When it comes to competitive tax regime, what are the advantages? There is a tax holiday on business income for 10 years out of 15 years. Any entity that is registered at IFSCA can choose its 10 years out of 15 years for taking this tax concessions. This minimum alternative tax is imposed only on those entities who are not paying any tax. Mostly it is applicable to the foreign entities where no GST and no other tax domestically is applicable to them. And there is no GST. There is a reduced withholding tax of 9% on interest paid and competitive tax regime for funds. And in addition, there are incentives under Gujarat ITS policy also. So this is wide business activities carried out at IFSC. You can see major is banking channel. There are 29 banks right now operating from IFSC and 13 are foreign banks. And then capital market is big. You have number of entities who have taken registration and operating under different headings like stock exchange, clearing corporation, international depository, broker dealers, investment bankers, custodians, depository participants, clearing members, etc. And there are asset management, AIF also registered there. As far as insurance is concerned, we have three types of insurance companies operating from there. One is Indian and foreign insurer, Indian and foreign reinsurer, and insurance intermediaries. Right now there are 17 insurance companies operating from IFSC. Out of these, 3 are foreign reinsurers, and there are 27 intermediaries. Out of these, 23 are brokers, 3 are corporate agents, and 1 is corporate surveyor. Just to show what is the business volume right now at IFSC, there are over 770 entities in different verticals, banking, capital market, insurance. And this is the volume of business. You can see for banking and capital market, it is all in billions. Maybe in the next slide, we will show the insurance because it is in millions. So we have to reach a critical mass, not only in the number, but in the business volume, which has to reach the number of billion. So this is about insurance ecosystem. Before IFSCA, there were 16 entities with that volume of business. And after IFSCA, there are 44 entities. And you can see the increase in business and growth also. But however, people will compare with the banking and capital market and say that still you are not reached that figure of billion. So this is to show the main IAOs present in GIFT IFSC. This is insurance intermediary offices. You can see all major brokers are present at GIFT IFSC. Then coming to the actuarial support for the existing regulatory framework. Now we have IFSC appointed actuary regulations, which defines the roles and responsibilities of appointed actuaries. Second is IFSCA assets, liabilities, solvency margin, and abstract of actuarial report to life, general, health, and reinsurance business. These regulations give what is the support required at IFSCA. Since most of the officers are in branch form, appointed actuary can support from the head office. And if it is incorporated form, then appointed actuary has to be present, physically present at GIFT IFSC office. So that is the difference. Now mostly it is happening from the parent entity as all of them are in branch form. So next, coming to what is the scope for the actuaries to develop specialized insurance products. I think in the panel discussions we have come across that some specialized products requires expertise, data analytics, which actuarial profession they have to update it. Here is the opportunity. Unlike in domestic area, it is more to do with the specialized products and less of traditional products. For example, these retail life insurance products, maybe more required for NRIs, foreign nationals. It is going to be dollar-denominated products. So you'll have to align with the global standards, unlike the traditional products of the domestic area. And secondly, the other chart is of important because this is a cross-selling opportunity created by other regulated entities. The applicants who are going to set up their offices can explore this opportunity because in IFSCA, the banking sector and capital market itself is creating a cross-selling opportunity for the insurance products. For example, if it comes to trade finance, the banking sector are transacting this trade finance, I think it is around 15,000 million US dollars, and that is an outstanding loan. So that shows how much credit insurance is required. And recently we have come across a request for non-payment insurance. It is not traditional credit insurance which they require. What they require is non-payment insurance. So non-payment insurance is something like covering the loan default, which domestically the trade credit guidelines do not allow. So what is not permitted here, you will have to develop a different type of products. So same actuary sitting at head office will have to think very differently for the branch office, because what is required is their requirement, and moreover it is a long-term product. They want for 5 years, 10 years for the duration of the loan. And recently when the insurance officers are not able to support this, we have to permit them to take it from the foreign reinsurers. So like 2CB of Insurance Act also applies in this jurisdiction. So because of 2CB, first of all, they have to explore the options to get policies from IIOs. But if they are unable to get it, they can apply to IFSCA, take permission to place it outside. So that is, if that is done, then the purpose of GIFT IFSCA will be lost, because our purpose is to bring the offshore to onshore. But if the premium that is created out of IFSCA itself is going out, I think we have to think. So there, it is a serious concern, and we have to develop this product. Secondly, aircraft and ship leasing companies have a unique requirement. Like traditionally, we have marine, hull, liability, loss of use insurance. But recently we had a conference with the aircraft and ship leasing. So they came out with a separate type of insurance products. What is required is repossession insurance. You might have heard about it, but where is a product currently available with any of the insurance companies? So unless it is available, there is no data available. Data analytics is not carried out. So it requires a separate focus. And they also require asset value insurance, which is also called as residual value insurance. So these are two different products which they require. Operators may require separate policy. Lessors and financiers may require a different kind of policy. So this is a unique opportunity where normally in the traditional mode we do not think about this, but these specialized products are required at IFSC. Then ESG and sustainable finance. Banking sector has been involved in this, and they are coming with the greener insurance products. Maybe carbon credit market is increasing, solar energy finance is increasing, so which requires a different type of products. Then capital market integration and ILS and CAT bonds. And IFSA soon is going to come out with a report on insurance-linked securities, catastrophic bonds, and parametric insurance, for which support of capital market is required. So the demand is from this side, but supply is already there. Capital market is ready to provide the support for ILS, CAT bonds. So ecosystem is already available, and it is only the insurance companies, they have to think on this and roll out these products. And anyway, the digital transactions are giving rise to the demand of cyber insurance. Technology failures are mandating that everyone should have cyber insurance. So these are some indicative products. This is not an exhaustive list. What I could show is only just indicative based on the experience. This is already an experience wherein we have come across people, regulated entities want these products, but the insurance officers were not ready. And we have to call for one meeting recently to discuss what is the preparedness of insurance companies to provide these products. So this is another segment wherein actuarial profession will have an opportunity. Right now, we have ancillary services framework where legal, compliance, auditing services, professional management consultants, they are given registration and they can operate as an independent firm, as a company, and provide services to global clients. Sitting at GIFT IFSC, they can provide services to anybody, anywhere in the world, in foreign currency. So that is an opportunity given. Right now, any other will enable actuarial profession also to have office, separate office at GIFT IFSC to provide other than insurance. I think in the morning also in the panel, there was a point made that you have to go beyond insurance and explore the opportunities in other areas. I think this is one of the opportunity right now available at GIFT IFSC under this framework. And this framework will soon change. We are going to roll out regulations in which there will be explicit mention of actuarial services as a financial service. This is only just to show that it is a carve-out given from the ancillary services. We came out with the regulations for BATF, that is bookkeeping, accounting, taxation. So likewise, we are going to come out with the professional and technology services in which actuarial will be a part of professional services. So this is only to show the entities which have got registration under ancillary services. So all big fours are present in this ancillary services. I think this is of importance and interest. The last slide is about what is the opportunity available for actuarial profession. So these regulations are under preparation, and soon we will go for a public consultation, wherein I think you can provide inputs and comments so that we can come out with specific requirements for a particular profession. Each profession may be distinct, so we'll have to divide chapter-wise what is required for legal firms, what is required for chartered accountant firms, what is required for actuarial firms. So actuarial is going to be defined and it will be included in the professional services. I think this is one of the biggest opportunity. And moreover, beyond these slides, there are other opportunities available for actuaries. One is there are foreign universities which have established their branch offices at IFSC, and they are providing courses which are related to financial services. Once you show interest and contact them, I think they will also come out with the actuarial courses which will be part of financial ecosystem. So that is another opportunity that can be provided through universities. And recently, IFSCA has formed IFSCA Academy. And this academy will also provide services to the employees as well as outsiders to groom the talent. And one of the typical situation we are encountering is that some of the applicants started asking whether any talent is available, whether you can suggest some principal officer or some actuary or somebody. So I think as an authority you cannot suggest this or that, but we can enable, we can facilitate. If somebody is maintaining talent pool, we can always suggest the applicants to approach them. So one of the situation that has arisen is we have to create a talent pool. GIFT IFSC has a separate body. They have a portal and they are developing a portal wherein they will pool, they will show the talent pool available in different segments. So that is going to be soon rolled out. So in which I think actuarial, they can also enroll themselves with their qualification and their interest, so that the applicants who are going to set up their offices, they can go through the list, they can find out the talent. And moreover, what is important is, I think it is already on record, that Institute of Actuaries of India should open their chapter immediately at GIFT IFSC, so that I think the need for explaining the opportunities may not arise next time. You yourself can find out what are the opportunities available there, and you can disseminate the information to others. And I think that is pending. I am sure that Institute of Actuaries will consider opening their chapter immediately at GIFT IFSCA, so that we can have more interaction and more exchange of information. So this is all about the coming opportunities. So opportunities recognized, opportunities identified. Now it is time for you to explore the opportunity and find out the opportunity and snatch the opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahipalji. Very, very informative presentation. I think many of us who've been working just in the domestic insurance companies, I mean, just not being part of the IFSC, and perhaps, I mean, some of the overseas delegates who may not aware of the IFSC and the GIFT City, it's extremely useful and very, very informative. And I think the plethora of opportunities that you showing here in your presentation for actuaries is really, really amazing. Thank you very much for the presentation. While the time is up, we may take one or two questions, if anybody has got any questions. Yes, Jayesh bhai. Can we get the mic, please? Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to talk from the consulting world point of view. I think what I believe is that all the transaction has to be in dollar term. So if a consultant is having an office there, he need to pay salary in dollars, right? So you lose the age of what
No.
yeah.
Salary need not be paid in dollars. For employees, it is Indian rupees only. For employees and administrative cost is within
So only the
Indian
revenues.
rupees. Only your business transactions are carried out in foreign currencies.
Yeah, that's
But all your within the unit expenses, employee cost is within Indian rupees. You
Yeah,
can have
that-
two different accounts.
Yeah, that's what one of the hurdle. And second thing is like Big Four, what you said, like they work as a company outside India. So whether the actuarial firm can work as a company in IFSC, or they will have to have a same partnership, or you are going to have a different tax for that, because you need to de-risk.
So right now, even branch form is allowed. Like you have a parent entity, you can set up in the form of a branch, or it can be incorporated. You can form a separate company, LLP, partnership, and have a separate
So
setup.
it's only LLP and partnership and not private limited. Because any corporate undertaking, there is a de-risking because then your private limited, it's your liability is limited, right? So when you are working for an international operation, unlimited risk is other thing. So from the consulting point of view, whether like CA, you can't have a corporate that is private limited in India, but outside India it's possible, right? So similarly for actuary, you can't have a private limited in India, but whether it's IFSC, whether it would be possible. You need to,
I think LLP is allowed. LLP is there.
LLP is not private limited, so it's for the partner signing, it's unlimited.
No, whatever is as per Companies Act, it is permitted.
But so this was like two thing was that if you can pay in and last point, how costly is the establish a firm there, depending on the onshore and offshore.
I think you have to come and explore it about the cost.
Comparative, not in exact term.
There are already 85 entities. You can find out from your peers
Yeah, fine.
what is
Thank
the
you.
cost and all that.
Thank you, Jayesh bhai. Maybe one more questions and then anybody else? Good. No, I think there's no other questions. So thank you very much, Mahipalji. Really, one round of applause for him. Really, really useful presentation. Thank you.